Now we are talking to the characters themselves. This is Lonnie. So, Lonnie, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Lonnie Coleman.
And where have you been born? And where were you raised?
Well, I was born in Newburgh, New York.
Hmm.
And actually, that's where I was raised until I graduated from high school. And
Okay.
I ended up enrolling in, joined the military, my Army days back in the day, and stayed 4 years active duty. And then I did um, 2 years guard. I ended up getting married, actually overseas, but my wife, she's from Memphis, but we got married in Copenhagen, Denmark.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Nice.
we've been married 40 plus years,
Wow.
but I ended up moving here to her hometown here in Memphis, Tennessee.
So she managed to somehow convince you that Memphis was the right place to move, huh?
Yeah, yeah, it turns out that way
Good,
most of
good,
the time.
good,
So it's all
good,
good.
good.
It's all good. It's all good.
So, you having served, what was the one thing that you can say about your service?
My service to this country, it
Yes.
was an honor. It was an honor to be able to serve because it was so much of an honor that I ended up separating for 10 years. And I had a driving force to even get back in. So I ended up getting back into the Air Force.
Okay.
And that was in '96, and just recently retired a couple of years back, and I did a total of 31 years. So it was really a rewarding experience to be able to serve my country, and to be able to also do things for my family, because I always say, when the military members serve, their family serves. So it was really rewarding, and I'm glad that I successfully made that career move.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your service for our country. What is it that led you to acting in the first place?
Interesting that you asked that. I was working at a job when I came to Memphis. It was actually in a warehouse,
Okay.
and I was in a management position at that time, and the gentleman was there to pick up some freight. He was driving trucks, and we was out talking, and we had a great conversation. And then he happened to say, "Hey, look, I want you to be in my play." And I'm looking at him. I said, "No, I never did no play before." And he was a
Hmm.
short guy, but he was real stout, and had a real deep voice. He said, "Just leave that to me. That's
Okay.
right
All
here,
right.
right?" And so he told me where he lived, and when I went over there and I seen some more people there, there's one group called Trio Plus and all them. They were there. I was blown away. But that was the start. I've never did anything like that, but he showed me everything that he needed me to do at that time.
Hmm.
And when we did the play, it was just so exhilarating to see how the responses from the crowd,
Hmm.
of each one of our characters.
Hmm.
And so that was just so intriguing to do something that is outside of yourself. So
Hmm.
that was the start of my acting career.
Very good. And we know that you have done stage um, plays just talk about that, and then your transition into knowing Andre, and then coming on over in this movie.
Well, even when starting with Mr. Euless Maybone, and we lost him a couple of years back,
Okay, I'm
right?
sorry about
But
that.
a great guy, but leaving him and then doing other things with other
Hmm.
directors,
Hmm.
which led to Flo Roach. Flo Roach, this is when I was actually. I had deployed overseas.
Hmm.
When I came back, then she made mention that she started something at Hadaloo Theater.
Hmm.
All right, she's seen me doing some other projects and other roles, and she wanted me to come out to see what she had there.
Hmm.
When I seen Black Soap under Otaro Theater, that right there was moving as well, because I love how these actors were bouncing off Carolyn Kent and myself and Ben Green, Kenneth Farmer, and so many others that were involved in that project. And that project went from Hadley Theater to Buckman Performing Arts, all the way to the Cannon Center. So there were people coming from all over, and that thing lasts for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
and so that too just really just allowed me to stay within that project and so many others. So it has been from that point up until now. That's where I ended up meeting Andre. Andre Seacrest ended up coming on board with us, and he and I started playing roles. And actually, we ended up doing a couple of times where we bounced off each other with detective roles.
Mm,
You know,
okay.
so he and I were both detectives on a couple of these roles with Black Soap. And and I could see, he picked up things really, really well,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just been rewarding having that friendship, because that's when he and I really just clicked very, very well, and oftentimes people would ask, are we brothers, are we related, and things of this
Mm-hmm.
nature because of our similarities. But the thing about it, hey, I've just been so pleased to connect with Andre.
Good, good. And now that you're playing a detective here in the movie, what is your experience? How do you like it?
Oh, it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful, to give me a role that, one, I'm familiar with, and two, how he shed light on the theme, and where he want this project to go. It's been enlightening. It's been enlightening to be a part of this project, and to bounce off others, and to feel their roles as well. It's something that I look forward to each time. I come out to do the filming. So it's been rewarding.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being part of the movie, and thank you for coming on our show too.
Thank you for what you do as well. All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Appreciate you, sir.
Ah,
All right.
bye. Well, and we are here with Joanne. So please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Joan Taylor Wilkes. I am 58 years old and I finally got my big break.
Yay! Very nice. So you got your big break. You have never done acting before.
Only in high school and in the military, I was in a play once, but that was like 30 some years ago.
Okay, so no big deal, right? Hey, it's in you. And it's like riding a bicycle. You haven't ridden a bicycle in ages, and then because you did it in your childhood, it's getting back on that. So it might take a second or two, but then because it's ingrained, then it boom pops up. Okay, so we heard that Andre met you on a cruise, and that is where he mentioned to your husband and you wanted to do something like that and wanted to be a
Yeah.
part of it, and you said that, hey, even if it is so teeny weeny, I want to be part of it, right?
Yeah.
So tell your take on that.
I've always wanted to act, but I guess I just didn't know how to go about it. And then as time goes on, you get older and you get older, and you say, oh, I guess I'll never get a chance to do that. So I guess I know God, He just crossed our paths. And when as soon as He mentioned it, it was like the first time I met Him. He was telling me what he does, and I said, "Oh, I think I could act. I want to act." And I guess I was acting then. I convinced him that I could do it, and then after he called and
Okay.
gave me an opportunity to actually do it, then the devil fear set in, and I said, "Oh, I told this man I could do this, and what if I can't do it?" But I think that's something that God put in me because I am really enjoying it. I am so appreciative, and I'm looking forward to what's in the future. Yeah.
Okay. You you have joined the team kind of late, but you have a very good role that you are also playing a detective, and in fact, nobody knows who you are. That you are playing a homeless person on the street. That is what everybody thinks in the movie. So and you have done a phenomenal job. The transformation that you bring about in the movie of the way you look, and then when you come in as a detective is good. So I know everybody says But I am also saying that, yeah, you are a good actor.
Can I say one thing?
Sure,
I
yeah.
always want to tell everybody that I love Jesus. I suffered from depression for many years, and God delivered me. And I love Him. Without Him, I would cease to live. I couldn't breathe without Him. I can do nothing without Him. Jesus is the Son of God. He did hang, He died, and He rose again, and He's alive. And everyone should take the opportunity to accept Him while they still have life in their body, rather than be forced to acknowledge who He is after you're dead and then still go to hell. I just said, if God ever gave me an opportunity to do that on the camera, I would do it. So
Well,
thank you. Some people might not want to hear it, but thank you.
well, guess what?
What?
I did give you the opportunity to do
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
You are on camera talking about it. And I want to acknowledge and appreciate that you mentioned your depression,
Oh, yeah.
and that I can see you are over it,
I'm healed. God healed me. I'm healed. Don't
Uh,
take no medicine. I'm
right? So this is something that could reoccur, but it is a community. Whenever you need, you can reach out to us. We talk about these things. We talk about overcoming challenges, and depression is one of the things we talk about on our show. So please reach out to us whenever you need,
Okay.
and we can guide you and take you to the right people whom you could talk. But having friends and family is a major force that can help you get out of depression.
Okay.
And of course, the Almighty.
I guess God led me to say that because I don't usually tell people that, but it just came out. But I'm healed. I'm
Thank you
healed
so
and
much.
I'm whole. And I have a heart for people, homeless people. I volunteered, trying to help place people and feeding the homeless and stuff. And I just got a passion for people. I don't think that I'm above anybody. Anything that I am is only because of God. And people go through things for whatever reason. Sometimes they make bad choices. Sometimes they just find themselves in bad situations. But I think that as people, we're all here to help. We're here to help each other. And I just don't take it lightly when I see people depressed and going through something. I think I could help them. I mean, my story of how God delivered me could help people.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on the show and accepting to talk about uh, your part and role in the movie, but going over and beyond, talking about your personal things too. You having mentioned that and you having overcome these problems. Before we end, can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
Thank you. May God keep on blessing you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All righty.
Hi, we are here with Carolyn. Carolyn, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Carolyn Kent.
Okay. And tell us about yourself, your personal life.
Yes, I am a wife of 45 years, a mother of 3, grandmother of 5,
Wow.
and I'm the matriarch of my family.
Okay.
And that quite often I have to be the helpmeet for the patriarch. So basically, my prayer every day is that we not only have that name in name only, but in deed.
As
so
well,
that means that leaving a legacy behind for my children's children's children. That means that I have to begin with my grandchildren the way I see you instructing your son, Lonnie instructing his, Andre with all of his kids, all of the people, Grant with his son. The way I see that happening, it lets me know that we're going to touch a generation that would be lost otherwise. Because look at our world today. So basically, my biggest job is to be able to leave that legacy behind for my grandchildren's children's children.
Yeah. And just for the record, ladies and gentlemen, as she said, she has been married for 45 years, but I know she was married at the age of 5. So
So you saying
So,
that only makes me 50.
yeah, hey, there you go. Exactly.
But I
Precisely my
am
point.
proud to say I'm 66 years old
Aw.
and
Whoa,
blessed.
whoa,
Yes,
whoa.
yes.
You definitely are blessed. Uh, and you are blessed with so many wonderful things in life. You and I know each other for a very long time.
Yes, we have.
We have been associated with a few things, and in fact, I have held one event at your restaurant,
Yes, yes.
and so that goes to say she has a wonderful big restaurant which is successful in the city. She and her husband are involved in some phenomenal things. He works for a very good reputed company,
Mhm.
and through the company, he does good things for the community as well.
Yes, yes.
In fact, today you had gone to help him
Right,
do the deeds of what needs to be done for the community,
right,
help others who are in need.
right.
So we thank you for that.
Gotcha. 5,000 families fed.
Only
Mm.
that is
Ooh, that's
phenomenal.
something to shout about.
And we always talk about on the show that the fact is that uh, when we receive the blessings from someone, it really is big.
Yes.
But when you are on the giving end, the fact is that when you're helping people, when you're doing something with expecting nothing in return, the blessing that you get is a bigger
Ooh,
blessing,
abundant.
right?
Yes, it is.
Abundance
Abundant.
is the word, yes.
Yeah.
And the joy that you get, and that is why we keep on repeating, giving to the community and doing good things for the people we don't even know.
Right. Well,
And
you know, the secret that has been kept from the world that the devil has portrayed, they don't know that giving is the avenue to getting any and everything
everything,
your heart's desire.
yeah, goosebumps,
I know.
right?
It's real, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. And the fact is that when you live it, when you survive, when you breathe it, when you eat it,
Mhm.
it becomes so real. It gets ingrained. It becomes your habit.
It does.
So we have also talked about you being on stage and
Mhm.
Andre seeing you on stage,
Mhm.
like the diva that you are in real life as well. Please talk about how you got into the field of acting,
Well, I got into
apart from your looks,
how
good
much
looks.
money? How much money I need to put in?
Oh.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. I had several experiences in acting.
Mhm.
At 7th grade, I dressed up at Martin Luther King and I did the I Have a Dream speech.
Whoa.
So my 7th grade teacher, Miss Horn, came
Mhm.
to me and she says, "You got acting in your bones."
Hmm.
She said, "Anytime you can portray a man as big as Martin
Mhm.
Luther King and with that voice." At the time, I hated my voice because I was in the choir singing tenor
Hmm.
at a very young age, and all the kids called me the girl with the man voice. I
Huh.
didn't know how valuable it was
Hmm.
for me to be a tenor
Okay.
because at that time, when children would tease you, it would just hurt to your core, and you didn't want to be that. But I learned later on in life what an asset God has given me because when people like Timothy Wright tells me women don't sing tenor, I said, "Well, I challenge you. You challenge me." He
Hmm.
felt like he was way too big for me to challenge, but I did
Hmm.
challenge him and won.
Wow. Wow.
So I sing tenor baritone because
Wow.
me and my heavy voice. But after that, I started church and
Mhm.
I entered into the drama department
Mhm.
and I was taught acting all wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Huh.
So
Okay.
basically, I was taught that anger was as loud as you could get. Not true. I was taught that anytime you wanted to be emotional, just get really loud.
Hmm.
And then a lady named Flo Roach had to hurt my feelings many, 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 many times
Hmm.
for me to unlearn and relearn the techniques of acting.
Hmm.
Because I could be so angry that all I really need to do is look at you. And Grant witnessed this before. you know I'm angry because it's implied. You can see my facial expressions. You can see how angry I am, and I don't have to say a word. But praise be to God, someone took me under their wing and taught me the right way to do this, which has brought me to many movies where basically I couldn't say anything, but I was acting, doing all of that. I didn't have a line in the movie, but thanks be to God, fast forward to today, I am on the big screen, or have been many times.
I definitely want you to talk about that, but I want to pause at one thing that you said, is that expression of anger, of how you were taught to act. But I would also like to add that expressing anger and making yourself loud is also wrong in life.
It is.
And you learning that and inculcating that and having that thoughts in your mind and bringing that in your life, and you are a beautiful lady, you're a beautiful person, and you carry yourself in the way that everybody looks up to you, in terms of your association in the community, your stature in the community. And for you to say that you learned something and then you unlearned that also puts a very good perspective, not only on your acting skills, but you as a person as well. So I want to acknowledge that for you, not only as a wonderful actor, but as a beautiful human being as well. So now I want to talk about the acting that now you're doing in this film that we are a part of.
Okay. Well, a lot of scenes for me, because I take it so much to heart. Okay, so whatever character I'm portraying, basically I don't act, I just be it, So basically in this particular scene, there are a lot of dramatic pieces where I go to pieces many times. Sometimes it's really loud, sometimes it's just anger, sometimes there's no words, but it touches me so deeply. It makes me overflow with tears because the scenes are so real. The people are so real to me. So if I'm angry with you, I'm angry with you all out. If I'm hurt, then I'm hurt very deeply. If I'm in love or I love, I just do everything to the max. And I just try to make sure that whatever I'm doing, as I see it, I can tell, okay, I could have done that like this. I could have done that better. Why did I say that there or whatever? So it gives me a chance in this film to look at myself and look at some things that for the next scene I could possibly correct, because I know better by the way I'm looking at it, because basically that's the way the audience is looking at it. They're looking at it just like I am. You look at something, you go, okay, that didn't go over really well. And you can say that about yourself, give yourself some critiques. Then that's very strong.
Yeah. And I want to tell the audience that as a fellow actor, and in some scenes where I have been behind the camera, and a very particular scene, for instance, is that when the FBI comes to tell your character and Andre's character that your son is dead, the emotions that came out through you, a mother who receives that news, and the way you express yourself, you cried your heart out, and it was said cut, 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 but you actually lived that character, you lived that pain, and it went on and on even after it was cut.
Do you know why?
I could see that you were going over and beyond, and you had you had gone under the skin. You played the character of the mother who just learned that your son has been lost. But I want you to express it from your side.
My son is a 30-year-old police officer in Olive Branch, Mississippi,
Mm-hmm.
and he's my baby.
Mm-hmm.
Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he was 80 years old or the oldest, it'd still be my baby. So I can relate to that because I have a son.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot imagine what a mother is going through. I don't care what child it is, any child.
Yeah.
But African American male children,
Mm-hmm.
to me, we do so much because they have to do double in everything that they do. As I'm pretty sure you being a brown man witnessed the same thing we do.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see that they end up either killing each other or get into it for some reason with the police and that happens, or it doesn't matter. A dead son or dead grandson is still dead. So you just can't imagine that because you're a mother and the laws of nature defies you ever being still left here and your child is dead.
Yeah.
So to me, I go there because I have a son and I just can't even fathom the pain that I would feel. But to just tip off of the iceberg is just how I feel like I just would be inconsolable.
Yeah. And I cannot, you know how when you watch a movie, that 50, 60-year-old movies, let us say, just one example, The Godfather. Now, the actor who plays the Godfather, people go and react the way he has done, and they want to inculcate that great character that Marlon Brando played.
Right.
And there are so many big actors that who have played some character on the screen, big and small, and those characters cannot be forgotten. And we, as audience, as the citizen who are in love with those characters, know now that nobody else can play those characters. I want to honor you and tell you that the character that you're playing, nobody else can play as good as you do.
How
That
much
is
money did you say I need to deposit?
Trust me, you are priceless. Your
Thank
acting
you.
is phenomenal.
To
And
God be all the glory.
yes. He has put you in this position of who you are, not only in the community, not only playing part in this movie, but as a whole, doing good for everybody else. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate you.
Thank you for being part of the show. And thank you
Okay.
for coming
I
on.
got you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Sri, thank you so much.